average guys and average girls out there, we got a little segment called "Not Our White House." Not our White House. So let's talk about this conversation that transpired over the last, really for a while, but it's hot and heavy topic the last couple of days, which is immigration and immigration reform. All the news coming out about kids getting separated from their parents and things of that nature. Kids locked up in cages. I think Kanye said it, didn't he? They got us locked up in cages. He said that back a long time ago. But now Trump just went ahead and signed a bill. This is an arrogant son of a bitch right here. He said, "We're not gonna separate you, but we still gonna lock you in cages. Immigrants are not people. Immigrants are animals." Now there's another person that said that. I think his name was Adolf Hitler. He said, "Jews are not people; they're animals." Right, right.
Hey, you remember Hitler came up the same way in the election too.
Yep.
Same way as Trump.
Yep. So what do y'all think, man? Corey, Randy, I'll let you head this one off first, and then Corey, you can go right behind him.
All right. The only thing I really have to say is I was listening to the Breakfast Club this morning, and I guess somebody called in, or I think it was yesterday, and somebody called in and was like, "So if everybody, I don't know if this dude was a Trump supporter or not, so I'm just going off of what he said. He said, so if y'all care so much, why don't y'all move them into your houses?" So he's like, move a family of 5 into your house, and then you can complain. I didn't see the logic in that at all. So I'm over here like, that makes no sense, my dude. Like, what are you talking about? These are people's lives here. People are being treated like fucking rodents and animals, and they're human beings, my nigga. So it was, to me, it was disrespectful. All this stuff with Trump, I don't care what. I understand. I know people that voted for Trump and who love Trump. Y'all are cool. You know what I'm saying? Because we can have a conversation, and it doesn't get all super heated, and you'll hear they'll hear my point, and they'll be like, okay, I understand, but I don't know what when you go home, you probably like, oh, he don't know what the fuck he talking about, and I'll actually tell you to your face, you don't know what you're talking about, this and this and this and that. But my whole thing is, it's like, if I want to treat somebody less than a human being, I shouldn't run as president. I might as well just call myself a KKK member.
Hey, that's what being a president is about. That's what being a president is about. Treating a motherfucker as less than a human being. But I thought that was one of the requirements. I thought you.
But I want you to be overt with it. I don't want you to be covert with it. I want you to be overt. You know what I'm saying? He's being overt as fuck. But people like to, oh, I don't see that. No, he don't know what you're talking about. Trump is a good man. Huh? He signed a treaty with China. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So, my whole thing is, it irritates me. Like, I honestly, conversations when I have conversations with people who don't know what they're talking about, a lot of the times, I kind of like shut down and get quiet, because I'm like, I'm gonna say something that's either gonna get me fucked up, or me fired, or me have to be reprimanded or some shit like that, because I'm gonna make somebody feel bad. But yeah, Corey, you can go ahead, because that's all I got for real. It's just bullshit to me.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just any injustice anywhere is justice for everybody. You just gotta keep fighting every situation. Got to stay militant. What's new? They treating people like animals. What's new? I don't think the border should be open, but the U.S. makes money off of keeping the border open. I personally think they should close the border, but at the same time, you should never have anybody locked in a cage. But Are we surprised? We can all look and identify that everybody knows it's inhumane to lock a human being in a cage. But you know, they've been locking niggas in cages. They've been doing stuff like this. This is America. This is America. I mean, just keep fighting it. Fight it. I see groups are putting in the work to get some change about it. So yeah, just keep fighting it. And I see a lot of black folks. They saying, well, it's don't nobody say nothing when it's us and all that. We know. Don't nobody say nothing when it's But there are people of Hispanic race and the white race that do join in the fight. So you always got to keep that in mind, even if it's a small percentage or whatever. There are people that are of that of those race and color that do stand by you. So
and that shit kills me too.
Join in because that all you're doing is just allowing it to keep allowing it to keep going. I don't care if somebody you just got to do what's right at the end of the day. It's that simple. Ain't no damn kids or no parents. Ain't no kids. You separating the kids from the parents and sending the parents back to Mexico, but keeping the children. It's the same type of incompetence that's just seen everywhere. You see it there. You see it in the NFL. You see it in the music industry. You see it in the job market. You just see it everywhere. The same type of incompetence that you just see permeating all through America and throughout the world. I mean, it's just amazing that you have to have this type of conversation. Tell the person you got people locked in cages. So I mean, same old shit, man. Same old shit.
Yeah, I went live on Facebook yesterday and kind of, I had to say something, you know what I'm saying, because it troubled me where we stand as a country, you know what I'm saying? And, there's such thing called common sense politics, man, where, if it's inhumane, it doesn't matter what the policy is, you know what I'm saying? You just don't do it, and so that was the part that bothered me. When we talk about immigration, you go find me a president or a presidential candidate that hasn't said that we need to close the borders or we need to have better border patrolling. You know what I'm saying? Obama said it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of one of those part of core statements that all presidents or presidential candidates make. What bothered me about because Trump actually, they broke news. They had breaking news when he had his little press conference. And what bothered me was not what he said. It was what bothered me was his body language. Where he was like, "Yeah, man, we got to do better. My administration is gonna fight until we get better." And I was like, whoa! You just gave a shoulder shrug. You know what I'm saying? Or his eyes will look the other way. And I'm like, man, those are the things, you know what I'm saying, that bother me because, I go a lot of ways, you know what I'm saying, with allowing, people to come into America. And the reason I say that is because slaves came over here involuntarily, right? Europeans came over voluntarily, but also decided to be a little bit more forceful and take a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, than they was supposed to take, you know what I mean? Everybody in America outside of the Native Americans are immigrants, like everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, it's really, really hard for me to listen when people say, we shouldn't let, certain people in. It's like, well, okay, so will you be mad if they strong arm their way in like y'all did? Would that piss you off? You know what I'm saying? What if all the Hispanics are like, you know what, we just gonna raid America. You know what I'm saying? We don't even care, man. Bring little Enrique and Ignacio. Come on, guys. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna raid America. like the Europeans raided America when Native Americans. So,
Now,
you know,
I will say, do you think there should be immigrants? Because I personally don't think there should be immigrants hopping the fence. Like they should go through.
I'm totally on board with that. I am 100% on board with that. Now we need to, and I'm actually gonna start the process of doing this. Actually, go find what the immigration laws are, because we definitely need immigration reform. Like, it shouldn't take, you know what I'm saying, 5 fucking years for you to be a citizen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't take that long. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, if you made the process to where, you know, it wasn't so hard to become an American citizen, you know, then maybe it a little bit different. Because if you remember, when Trump was talking about deporting people, you had people that had been here for 20 years that weren't U.S. citizens yet. Mm-hmm. Been here for 20 years, weren't citizens yet. You know what I'm saying? And so that part is where I think we need to create the change. Because I agree, you know, you just don't want people just rolling in. That's just like letting somebody walk into your house.
Yeah.
My door is unlocked. Go ahead and walk in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense. But our process is jaded, and where it really becomes fucked up is, excuse my French, but where it becomes fucked up is, ain't nobody saying it's about the Melania Trump color. We talking about Boom Shaka, and we talking about Pablo. We ain't talking about light-skinned immigrants. We talking about the immigrants with melanin. That's the problem. That's the problem. They're trying to police it like it's all immigrants. It's not all immigrants. You know what I'm saying? It's just the ones that got the extra melanin, and that's what me about it. You know, because, you know, I mean, Trump has never said anything about, you know, Melania's race. Yeah, I'm free to come over. You know what I'm saying? You know, stay in the White House for a few months. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the people of color, and that's what bothers me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to turn things into race situations as it pertains to this, but it's a major player in it. It is a major player in it. You know, so that's where my problem comes into play. Again, we need to fix immigration reform, but above all, humans are humans. I don't care where the fuck they come from. I don't care what color they are. If you want to throw motherfuckers in cages, why don't you sit in one for a little while and see how the fuck you feel? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Before you want to act like, you know, oh, well, you know, these kids broke the law. They motherfucking mama and daddy said, come on. That's like your mom saying, hop in the car, we getting ready to go to the store. No, I don't want to go. Hop your little ass in the car, we getting ready to go to the store. You don't have a choice. These kids don't have choices. Right. Their parents is bringing them over to America to try to give them a better life than they can get where they coming from. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. They prosecuting babies. They prosecuting toddlers. You know what I'm saying? That's where my problem comes in. You know what I'm saying? If you want to prosecute the parents because this is what the law says and things of that nature, like, we can work around that. But kids, really? You gonna have a kid show up for his day in court and he's sitting there like, oh man, shit, my mom told me to come, so I can't. They probably don't know it's illegal. You know what I'm saying? You know, they just following the rules. So, you know, it's just the little idiosyncrasies like that where, you know, crooked politicians try to twist the law. You know what I'm saying? They try to twist what we call humanity for their own good. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where my problem with immigration comes into play. Do we need to protect the borders? Absolutely. Do we have to do it the right way? That's what we got to do.
All right, and I actually have a couple more. I got a couple things. Like I said it last week, organs. They need organs. They need organs.
Yeah.
So that's like the kids that don't find their parents ever again. I mean that's the case. And then also, You said
They
what?
they sold as slaves or prostitutes or something.
Yep. And then also, they're scared. They're scared of the brown world. They don't want that to happen at all. Oh my God, I don't want all the whites to be gone. Oh my God, no, it's too many brown people. Oh my God. I thought we just had to deal with the black people at first. Now we gotta deal with the browns. Oh my God. It's like, come the fuck on. So, yeah. I mean, that's
very true. Very true. Very true. Facts. That's facts.
And that was, and I will say on that Tucker Carlson video I shared, that was a good point out. I don't know how that flew over my head because the second you said that's a white boy issue, you said that's a white man's issue.
You right.
I was like, he's damn right.
Well, I mean, but if like I was listening to that video, and you know, I'm real strong about my no bitch assness. Yeah. No bitch assness. You got, man, be strong. You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm listening to him, I'm thinking to myself, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about, man, being depressed? Don't be a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Be tough. What are you? Yeah. Why are you depressed in the first place? I'm like, you know what, you know, and I'm not saying depression doesn't run rampant in our community, because it does. But you don't ever hear no brothers talking about, man, you know, I'm just depressed. Well, you hear that come from some white dudes. You know? So I'm like, what it sounded like, I was like, this sounds like a white dude that is like, man, it's other people coming for the top spot, and I'm like, and I was like, man, I said, get off my thing. Because, I mean, dude talking about testosterone. I'm like, well, nobody tested for fucking testosterone in the 70s. Well, nobody even tested for that. So how do you know? And then when you think about, like, fertility, like all the testing people do for fertility and all that type of stuff now, that's why the evidence is so prevalent. You know what I'm saying? Because we're doing more testing now. So I'm like, man, if you don't get your chicken ass off of this goddamn. But apparently, because I talked to a couple people, because I was really, really like, man, that whole video, I was like, man, where they get this pussy from? But people was like, yeah, you don't know who that is? Because I never heard of him before. They was like, oh, yeah, he always, like, they said apparently Fox News does something to people. So they said he was different. But when he went to Fox News, like, this is what he became. And I was like, oh, I don't watch Fox News. So this is kind of why I never heard of him.
You got to conform.
Yeah, what he talked about is black man's issue. I think there's a lot of Negroes depressed. It just, they don't.
Yeah,
black
folks, and that's why I said
to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Depression is heavy. Yeah, depression is heavy in our culture, or mental illness in general. You know what I'm saying? It's prevalent in our culture. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, man, you just, man, like, keep that between you and keep it between you and your shrink.
He was talking about something else, and he talking about, is when you said, you said that's some white boys issue. I was like, because you know, especially when it comes to the wage gap and stuff on jobs, I was like, okay, I'm not sure about that. Like, okay, I haven't got to a corporate level or anything, but you know, you go to the jobs and warehouse jobs and everything, and you looking at the corporate, the managers, and you know, you ain't seeing no brothers up there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seeing no brothers. You ain't I mean, you see the white boy. He may not. A lot of times he's not doing as much work as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was like, I'm looking at it from my perspective. But nah, when you brought it up, it was like, he's whining. He really don't have an issue for that. Especially, you know, all the time that, you know, the government to held women down, you know, put in laws to hold women down. So they
sound to get the right to vote. So,
on a side note, I just learned this the other day because I had lunch with my boy. Do you know the CEO of Lowe's is black?
Word?
Oh.
The CEO of Lowe's is black.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, CEO is black. Yeah, I didn't know that. My boy told me that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know Reggie, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's black.
Yeah.
Black. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Randy, I got to ask you, do we have any questions from the average guys and girls this week?